We begin with breaking news.
And we do start with the breaking news of the Caldor fire this morning, forcing more and more people to leave their homes, while leaving so many on edge as new communities are now under evacuation warnings. This is some new video that's come in from the Alert wildfire camera that is in Leak Springs. We've relied on this one quite a bit over the last 48 hours, and it really has given you an idea of just how much smoke is being put into the air from this location. This evacuation effort is massive because the Caldor fire grew so quickly yesterday.
That's right. It's the latest information from CAL FIRE. Right now, the Caldor fire has burned more than 191,000 acres, 16% containment. Nearly 500 single residences and commercial properties have been destroyed by this, and another 33,000 structures are still threatened.
Hard to wrap your mind around that many buildings. And here is a look at the evacuation orders and warnings. This map is showing you the areas in question. Anything you see in red is a mandatory evacuation. Anything you see in yellow is still under a warning, and you will find the list of those communities at the bottom of the screen and at kcra.com. Now, if you have evacuated and you still need shelter, we have a couple of options for you.
That's right. Truckee Veterans Hall on High Street is open to those in need of a place to stay. In Carson City, Nevada, Carson City Community Center on East William Street is open. So is the Carson High School on North Salomon Road. And then the shelter at the Douglas County Community Center in Gardnerville, Nevada is also available. We have crews on the ground for you this morning. Mike Tassell is in Christmas Valley Community with a closer look at the flames.
Let's start with Brian Hickey. Brian, you're in South Lake Tahoe, keeping track of the efforts in that location.
Yeah, we're here at the Y, and you can see behind me here the heavy smoke here, and it's on that hillside behind us as you look back toward Myers, where the fire progressed from Echo Summit down into Christmas Valley and along that hillside, but everything obscured by dense smoke this morning. One thing we are seeing a lot of this morning are a lot of law enforcement from different sheriff's departments from all over northern Nevada and northern California here to help protect the homes in this evacuation area, which, as you can see, is pretty much a ghost town with the exception of law enforcement and fire crews and utility crews. In fact, here come two sheriff's trucks right now. These guys are from Stanislaus County. So again, that just gives you an idea of the mutual aid coming into this area to not only help battle this fire, but also secure this area during this mandatory evacuation order. Here's some video we shot earlier this morning. Speaking of help coming into the area here in the Tahoe Basin, this is a strike team made up of Roseville firefighters, Sacramento Metro firefighters, and Cosumnes firefighters. They were assigned to do structure protection along South Upper Truckee Road, along with hundreds of other firefighters out here last night protecting homes as the fire came rolling down off of Echo Summit yesterday afternoon, crossed over Highway 89, and then started burning toward the town of Myers. As we drove through Christmas Valley this morning, the entire length of South Upper Truckee Road, we also drove along Santa Claus and some of those areas in there. All of the roads that butt up against the hillsides, we drove and did not see any signs of structure damage overnight. We were told that there was one home that had a roof fire after some embers landed on the shingle roof, but all in all, firefighters did a great job protecting homes, and we talked to one neighbor who was thankful.
Very scary, yes. Wasn't sure what to expect. Wasn't sure if we were going to have a crown fire coming through here. It was more torching and a lot of understory growth. You know, the heavy understory was burning through and trees torching here and there. Not too heavy on embers. I was surprised. I was really happy with the way it went. As far as the structures, I don't see any structures so far through here that they've lost.
And that gentleman there, he decided to stay behind despite the evacuation order. He is a retired Berkeley assistant fire chief, and so he knows a thing or two about fire, but has obviously made the choice to take his life into his own hands when he decided to stay behind. And as you heard, was pleased with what he saw in his community this morning, because he is one of those homes that butts right up against that hillside, right below Highway 50 along Echo Summit there, that steep drop-off. And so this morning we also heard a lot of rocks rolling down that hillside. We were told that fire crews were not going to be positioning themselves along Highway 50 due to rockfall up there along Echo Summit, but they certainly did position a number of crews down along the bottom to protect the homes that were in the fire's path. Live here at the Y in South Lake Tahoe, I'm Brian Hickey, KCRA 3 News.
There hasn't been a single car that's gone behind you this entire time. It's so eerie.
It is very eerie, especially when you drive through State Line. There, you see people walking around in Nomex fire clothing, and that's about it.
Wow, very surreal. Brian, thank you. Let's go to Mike Tassell now in Christmas Valley as we continue to track the Caldor fire. Mike, how are things looking right now at this hour?
I want to pick up on something that Brian Higgy just said about rocks falling. That is something that my photographer Paul Westbrook and I can attest to. We were just driving on Johnson Pass Road down from the Echo Summit Lodge, and there were rocks that were falling from an area still burning there. Rocks also here along Highway 50. Actually heard the snowplow pushing some of the debris off of Highway 50 here. Now we're looking back towards the west, towards Echo Summit, where Highway 50 goes up over Echo Summit. And what I want to point out here is that amid all the good news about no structure damage, that doesn't mean we're out of the woods just yet. Looking back towards Echo Summit, what I want to focus your attention on is the diagonal line going down the trees, showing the smoke in that draw making its way down towards the valley. Now that means that is fire that remains to the west of Christmas Valley. Doesn't mean that Christmas Valley has yet to burn, but it means there's potential now to move into this untouched area. And dotted among the trees, a clear view with the sunshine this morning of the rooftops there. This is all an unburned area with fire still to the west and winds expected to blow it in an easterly direction. So that's something to keep an eye on as we move through today, and why fire crews are going to need to be continuing to watch this and be on guard for structure protection, just because fire is yet to burn into this area. Now, if we continue to the left, you might be able to see off in the distance Highway 89 as it moves its way southward. But up to the left of there, above Highway 89, is where a spot fire started yesterday, and that continues to burn from the freeway or the roadway all the way up towards that ridgetop. The thing to see here and be cognizant of, is the smoke that is going from right to left. That means it is going in the direction of South Lake Tahoe, that Tahoe Paradise area, the airport area, the Pioneer Trail area. That's the direction that the smoke is moving, which is an indication that if we get stronger gusts of wind, as we saw yesterday, there's potential for this spot fire to start more spot fires off to the east. Also, I want to show you some pictures, amazing pictures of a spot we just got back from. We went up to the Echo Summit Lodge, had some questions about that historic lodge, and take a look. Fire burned all the way up to the Echo Summit Lodge, but this morning, the lodge is as it has been for years, standing undamaged this morning with fire crews still there on standby for structure protection. That area up there burning all around the Echo Summit Lodge, but the lodge itself untouched by fire. Back out here live, even though we have a lot of fire activity, not only south but north of the fire. I can report we also drove Johnson Pass Road, the Atwood Track area, and of the cabins that we could see nearest to Highway 50, no damage there either as of this morning. But as we pull back out here live, I just want to point out there are several different areas of this fire burning, so it's not just one thing to watch for. The fire still on the south side has yet to reach Echo Summit and come over. So what you're seeing behind me, those are spot fires from yesterday. You've got the spot fire we just saw on the other side of 89. And then on the north side of Highway 50, the fire has already made its way up and over the summit and down towards that Myers intersection. So really multiple areas that fire commanders continue to have to keep their wits about them, because if we get those winds, those are all areas that could see fire activity flare up as we move in through the rest of the day. Back to you guys.
Mike, thanks so much. Let's bring in Melanie Hunter now, because obviously the conditions that firefighters are facing are drastically impacted by the wind. Light at the moment, but that could change.
Yeah, and one of the CAL FIRE firefighters gave a really great analogy yesterday, talking about the inversion that we get in the morning, capping some of the heating and the temperatures. But once you get that inversion layer that lifts, it's almost like lifting the lid on boiling water. So you just get a large amounts of heat, and then that just is going to fuel the fire, not what we want to be seeing. Right now, with the current wind situation, we have a fairly light wind in most spots. Now, some of the higher elevations have been picking up on some of the gustier areas, including Lee Peak Springs. We show you that one a lot to show you the massive smoke plumes. That is where we've had gusts near 20 miles per hour, even around Kirkwood at about 9,000 feet. One of the chairlifts has been showing a gust near 30 miles per hour. Let's walk you through Futurecast with the wind, show you what we can expect. So we'll have increasing southwest wind as we advance into the later portion of the morning, and then especially heading into the afternoon. We're expecting sustained wind anywhere from about 15 to 25 miles per hour. So with that, you get the gusts that'll be in the 20 mile per hour range at times, and then also possibly in the 30 mile per hour range at some of those higher elevations.